Hello, good morning, and welcome to Morning Live. It's a Wednesday, and we are glad that you made it possible to watch this show. My name is Katushiwari, and I'm not alone. I'm with my colleague, Ruth Kamwe.
Yes, indeed. It's a beautiful Wednesday morning, the 25th of September 2013, and this is Morning Live. News and current affairs segment. We're coming to you live from our Lusaka studios, and I can assure you that we have a packed program for you. Katuishi,
yes, indeed, it's a 1 hour packed show, and just to give you some highlights of the stories that we shall be looking at this morning, we do have a story from the International Monetary Fund, IMF, where the IMF is impressed with Zambia's overall economy. Also on the program, we should be looking at the UN General Assembly, where President Michael Sata is and addressed the assembly. And of course, the feature for today, we'll be looking at the plight of farmers in Mazabuka who were displaced. And of course, lots of foreign and sports news coming on the show.
Yes, Katuishi, and also we'll be expecting Yvette Tembo to call us live from New York, where she'll give us an update on President Michael Sata's speech in his address to the United Nations General Assembly. And our reporter, Hector Simfukwe, is also in town checking out how the buses have complied with statutory instrument 39 of the color code. After this, more details. To note that things are really happening as far as road construction is concerned in Lusaka. It's like everywhere you go, you find people are working on the roads. Yesterday, I was in Kabanana area, and I was very impressed because almost all the roads, they are tarred now.
Yeah, it's interesting.
And the drainage is also being worked on.
Yeah, it's interesting because, you know, some of the roads that we thought will never be worked on, I think have been worked on. And just this project, Mr. Fanga has been talking about. I think we've seen there's been a lot of works, graders, machines, and you could tell that things are moving. And I think I can't wait to see, you know, the road being tarred finally, so that you drive along the new road.
Yes. This is Morning Live, and we are still in the news and current affairs segment, which will go on until 07 hours when our colleagues take up with Morning Live Lifestyle. A recap on the stories that we've had so far and the stories that we are expecting. We are expecting Yvette Tembo to call us live on Morning Live from New York, where we expect her to give us an update on President Michael Sata's address to the 68th UN General Assembly. And the program moves on now to the feature of the day. Our feature this morning focuses on over 800 people that have been displaced in Mazabuka and Solwezi districts due to mining activities. Our reporter, Paul Shalala, looks at how these people are coping after paving way for the mining activities in the respective areas.
As the sun rises over the Munali mountain range to herald a new day and shine brightly over the village of Mugoto in Mazabuka district of southern Zambia, Moshan Chirala, a 24-year-old married young man, and his family slowly get up to the thrills and spews the pains and the gains, as well as the challenges and opportunities of the day. Family life, and especially agriculture in Mugoto area, has not been the same since Munali Nickel Mine, an underground mining operation, opened. Zambia has the potential to be the food basket of Central and Southern Africa, being blessed with fertile soils, lots of flat and tillable land, and lots of rivers and dambos which can be harnessed for irrigation to supplement the adequate rains. Peasant and small-scale farmers have always contributed greatly to food security in Zambia. Even though peasant farmers only produce food for consumption, their production ensures food security at the household level. They produce the bulk of the staple maize crop purchased by the Food Reserve Agency and consumed at national level. Any disturbance in terms of settlement of peasant, as well as small-scale farmers, affects their production levels and so affects the food security at both household and national levels. Many peasant and small-scale farmers have been displaced by mines that have been opened on their ancestral lands through the investment of multinational corporations. The displaced farmers have mostly been resettled. These resettlements in many cases have not been successful and have affected the farmers' livelihoods, and food production in turn has been affected. Recently, I traveled to Mugoto village and spent a day with Motion and his family to understand how the opening of the Munali Nickel mine has affected their lives and especially their food security.
Every year, we used to make about 300 bags of maize, but we are very worried about the way they are saying, because they are saying that 16 families which are remained to be shifted. Yeah, we are shifting you, and then from the time they said they will shift you, up to now they are not yet.
The Munali Nickel mine is located approximately 60 kilometers south of Lusaka in southern Zambia. Munali mine started full operations in mid-2008. The mine was opened on land previously occupied by peasant farmers used for agriculture. But this mine development seems to have come at a cost to the livelihoods of the local residents and their agriculture. I traveled to Munali Nickel mine on several occasions to get an interview with the mine management on the issue of resettlement, but the local managers refused to be filmed without express permission from Jinchuan offices in Hong Kong. They further refused to also give me permission to film the mine. The farmers of Mugoto area are not the only ones who have been displaced by multinational corporations in Zambia. In the northwestern part of Zambia, a number of large mines have been opened in the past few years. For instance, in Solwezi district alone, 3 huge mines have been opened in the last 5 years. One of these mines is Kansanshi, which is Africa's biggest copper mine. I traveled to Solwezi to see how the development of Kansanshi mine has affected local farmers.
The farms now we are relocated in far places, yes. So we are finding it a problem now to walk from this area to where the fields are.
Management at First Quantum Minerals, the company that owns Kansanshi mine, refused to give me a comment on the plight of the displaced farmers, despite acknowledging receipt of my press query. My phone calls went answered, but no appointment was confirmed. I shared my findings of the effects of the displacement of local farmers with the Deputy Minister of Agriculture, Rogers Mwewa, at his office in Lusaka. The minister showed great surprise at the situation on the ground.
The issue of Mazabuka that Paul is talking about is a very sad issue. And what I can tell you is that I'm going to summon the Director of Agriculture and send some officers to go and see what we can do as government, how we can help those people that are suffering out there. If the land is bad and they rely on agriculture to put food on the table, then definitely there should be an alternative.
As a result of my visit to the minister, Zambia's President Michael Sata took action and sent him on a fact-finding mission to the mine. During his time in Mazabuka, Mr. Mwewa had a chat with the farmers who gave him a list of problems they are going through.
No bakatuleta ba mine kuno bagamba kuti inyiga balayiba mbulula utegwa tujigonye kulima gabotu inokusikira sunu kuza mu 2006 kusikira sunu mu 2013 tatulimi inyiga njamenda bwe mbwena mbuli mbundamba inzala mbuli uno muga koiri maningi tawija kulya tatujisi ibatumbu bamatumbu ababala amahumo niba unka kujipatela ba halila munzila ikubulaja kwendela kubulaji patela kama penza tujisimanji mbuli ambagale bensuma bamugwamba uti tatulimi gabotu ayo mapenzi please amutugwahe
tatujisima poga gulia tatulimoro hihu ya kuti tulie gunyina mainza abola ihu ya izwa mumenda hena tulatenda twayaniga he agulia hetu jisi tatulima vegetable kambo tagumenda.
Zambia's Vice President Dr. Guy Scott is a former Minister of Agriculture who understands agricultural issues.
I don't know what the latest situation is. I know it's an issue, I know how the issue has arisen, and of course they must be compensated if they were moved, but I don't know what the details are.
Following the visit by the Deputy Minister of Agriculture to Mugoto area and the comments by the Vice President, it is hoped that the farmers will now receive further attention from both the mining investors as well as the authorities. It is now clear from my interactions with farmers displaced by Munali Nickel Mine in Mazabuka district and those displaced by Kansanshi Mine in Solwezi district that mining investment in Zambia has had an effect on food security. Paul Shalala, ZNBC News in Mazabuka district, Southern Province.
Interesting package there by Paul Shalala Katwishi.
Yes, it's interesting because, you know, mining, agriculture, these are very two important, you know, sectors that contribute to the economy, and the conflict always arises when, you know, people are doing their farming and there's minerals have been found on the area, and the big question that has been given is what, you know, do you give priority? Should you give priority to mining or to agriculture? And, you know, it's a debate
and the other thing is that I think before these mining companies are established, there is always an environmental assessment. So one wonders why people would be taken to a place that is not fit for their farming activities.
For their farming activities, and the story there that Paul Shalala has brought out is, you know, these farmers now, their plight is not that good.
Okay, Katwishi, let's just now we take a break, and after that we join Yvette Tembo live from New York.